Hello everyone, oh shit, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong camera. Fuck. Yo, what's up y'all? Man, I started swearing immediately. Crowd, calm down. I don't think people can hear me. Alright. Put a stop to that. Hello everyone, my name is Tom. Welcome back to the Late Night Sugma program. It is late night, coming to you live from Detroit, Michigan. I am the Sugma male, the Sugma king, according to some. Who, you might ask? Mostly me. Alright, let's see. What we got going on this week? What we got going on? Oh shit, I just realized I forgot to set something up. Hold on. I forgot to set something up. Listen, I'm gonna be real for y'all. I'm gonna be real honest. I need to adjust the mic a little bit. I can't even hear what it sounds like, so sorry. How we doing tonight? It's Friday night. The week is over. The week is done. We've been doing it. We've been out here. We've been making mogul moves. We made a mogul move today with the round table. Big deal, big stuff. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But for right now, how we doing? How we doing, everybody? How we doing? Holy shit. I'm so unprepared. Bro, I'm gonna be real. I had to go to the bathroom right before we started. And I checked and I was like, damn, bro. I need to set up the starting screen. I have to set that up real quick. Like, as soon as I got out of the bathroom. So, like, that's screwing me up a little bit. I'm still sore from working out yesterday. My back hurts. I really am filling in for Hassan while he's at Coachella. I'm just sitting here like, yo, what's up, y'all? My back hurts. That's... Really? Already? I haven't even started speaking coherently yet. And we already gotta do the bell? Man, whatever. Alright. Alright, let's go. Oh, I need to mute this tab. Bro, I didn't do anything. Holy crap. Alright, what we got? Let me pull up the list while it's going. What we got? Number 4. Number 4 is blank. What am I supposed to do if it's blank? Re-roll, I guess? Roll again, I guess. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Number 8. Draw Steven on forehead. We really gonna do this again? We really gonna go back to this? We really gonna go back to this? Alright. I got a marker that actually works this time. Let's go. Yeah. And then Beanhead. Oh my god, it's mirrored. I'm fucking it up so bad. Oh god. Ah! It's getting stuck on my skin. Is that close enough? It's a bean. It's a bean. It's the CalArts bean. It's CalArts bean. Y'all can't be mad at me. It's Pickle Steven, I guess. I don't know. Fuck it, bro. That kind of looks like a penis. You know what? Fuck it. Okay, actually, no. That's kind of... It's kind of an issue. It looks like a penis. Alright, that's... I feel like I'm not helping anything. Okay, now we're just getting close to my eye. Whatever. It's Steven Universe. Whatever. Fuck it, bro. It's Steven Universe, yo. It's Steven! Steven! Listen, it's Steven. Oh, I didn't put on a necklace. I didn't put on any bling. And the music is still going, bro. Alright, let's get blinged up real quick. Alright, alright. Are y'all ready? Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Let me see the poggers in the chat, bro. Let me see the emotes in the chat, everybody. Look at that. Look at that. It's the same necklace. Man, I gotta get new jewelry. Bro, every time I go to the jewelry place in the mall, they always look at me and they only serve the retired white people because they're like, yo, y'all 50-year-old white people Coming in here wearing sandals. Y'all got money. This little fucking motherfucker over here, this little dude, this little young man who has a beard and is bald. Yeah, this homie is broke. They don't think I got money to buy jewelry, bro. Alright, that's enough of the music. You know, let's leave the bell going. Let's just go. Let's leave it. Let's leave it for right now. Let's just leave it going. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. I got the Gara going on again. Except this time the marker actually works. I literally went out and got new markers. Specifically so I could do the wheel stuff. Specifically so I could do it. Literally just for that reason. This, I'm realizing that, like, I can't do fully unbuttoned with this. Actually, you know what? Just put it under a collar. Fun fact about this shirt, the last time I wore it, I got felt up in a nightclub without my consent. Sorry to trauma dump on all y'all, but that's what happened. Alright, let's see, what we got? I didn't even start to get into the show before the bell rang, and it's probably gonna ring again before I even start. Let's see. Personal news. Well, what'd I say? What'd I say? What'd I say? I'm a prophet. What'd I say? Alright. Fine, we'll do it again. Let's go again. What am I gonna get? What am I gonna have to do now? What am I gonna have to do now? Let's see. Number 10, moving away from the agenda again. Number 10, take off shirt. Alright, fine. 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 Alright, fine. This shirt has done nothing but cause me pain anyways. I can't even get it off, bro. Oh my god. And this is me after I lose weight, bro. Alright, am I gonna get banned for this? Am I gonna get banned for having man titties out? I got a man's titties on my stream, bro. I got a man's titties. I got a man's titties on my stream right now. Is that gonna get me banned? Is that ban worthy? I don't know. We'll just keep it. Hold on, we'll just yeah, we'll just keep it down here. Can't see anything. Listen, I'm wearing a dress under here. Just don't worry about it. I got a tube top on. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, alright? Alright, that's enough. That's enough. No more wheel. I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this nonsense. That's enough of that, alright? Alright, alright, we're gonna have a normal show now. No more nonsense. No more silliness. Okay? That's enough. I've had it. That's enough of that. Alright? Okay? Are we good? Are we on the same page? Well, now if I go over here, y'all can see my titties again. Okay? Alright? And the sun just came out. I don't know what personal news is. Oh yeah, I've been working on a roundtable video all week. That's part of the reason why there wasn't a, second Sugma mail upload this week, because I was busy working on stuff I'm actually gonna get paid for, you know what I mean? I don't get paid to do this. Not yet, at least. We're working on that. We are working on that. By the way, oh yeah, just remember what I was pulling up. Speaking of that, today us at the round table, we just dropped our I'm late, why are you naked? The wheel. I have to listen to the wheel. Listen, that's just how it goes. Honestly, no one can prove that I'm not naked right now. I mean, I can prove it right now. I can just do that. Oh, damn. I'm sagging. I'm sagging. Don't tell Bill... okay, wait. Actually, that... Hannibal Buress doubled down on the meaning behind that joke. Never mind. Okay. We just dropped our merch. This is a very good segment to segue into when I'm not wearing a shirt. Listen, if you don't want to be shirtless like me on the internet, embarrassed, buy Toon Drip. buy this. I can't afford it because I don't make enough money right now, which is why you should buy it so I can get paid more. Y'all are always like, why don't you have a subscription button if you're able to become affiliate? Why don't you have a donation button at the very least? We want to support you financially. We're tired of seeing you struggle all the time. The answer is support this stuff. Support this. This is going to go directly into the Tom Gets Paid More fund. I mean, not directly into it, but indirectly, realistically. That's kind of more that's kind of a more accurate description. It'll indirectly go towards the Tom Gets Paid More fund. If y'all support this, y'all support the stuff that we do at the round table, all of us can make more money. All of us at the round table, including the people who work on this stuff, like Bone, which, to be honest, Bone at this point is essentially a member of the round table by, like, osmosis, since we commission them so much. So, like, listen, support us, allow us to make money. Y'all see me here. I don't even got a shirt on my back. I'm gonna get banned on Twitch because I don't got clothes. Alright? Listen. Oh boy, this is gonna be a wild ride. I should probably put a shirt on before we have our guests tonight. I don't want Dave to come in here and be like, why the hell are you naked? Can I put my shirt back on? Do I have to listen to the wheel the whole time? Is this going to be a constant? Do I have to? Do I have to? I feel embarrassed. All this shirt has done. All this shirt, every time I wear this shirt, I always feel violated in some sort of way. The last time I wore this shirt, it didn't go well. Listen, bro. I'm putting it back on, bro. I'm putting it back on. Y'all are getting this for free. I'm gonna move this back up so I don't look so short. Alright. We're done with the wheel today. It's caused enough trouble. I got a bunch of water weight. I don't look that great right now. Oh, jeez. Is this inside out? No, it's not. It's just tight. Okay. Alright, what else are we gonna do? Oh yeah, I've been going outside. I complained on Instagram. I complained on my Instagram story. I was like, yo, whenever I have time to go outside, it's always cloudy out. And then when it's sunny, I don't have time. This week, it was actually sunny when I got a chance to go outside. So I think me complaining actually helped. I think it actually helped. Also, my lips were dry. So I started going outside. And I didn't I'm a scat man. I didn't realize it was spring break. It didn't compute to me that, like, oh yeah, Easter is this Sunday. So I was like confused as hell when I'd go to these parks and there were a bunch of like kids there. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, aren't you kids supposed to be in school? And then I realized, oh, it's spring break this week. And it was just like a bunch of kids on the playground, then me and a bunch of old people walking around on the paths. And one of the times there were some high schoolers there. I heard one of them be like, yo, that bald man has hella arm hair. And then all of them turned and looked at me. And I felt self-conscious. I'm like, damn, bro, what they feeding these kids these days? Feeling hurting juice? I mean, my arm hair ain't even that bad. Like, that's the thing, dude. It's like, I forget, like, I'm the same amount of hairiness as I was when I was in high school. And back then, everyone's like, God damn, you are a Sasquatch. And now I'm an adult, and everyone's just like, eh. Yeah, you got hair. Like, that's whatever. Like, it's not even a thing now. I think that, like, you know, yeah, like, y'all are a bunch of fucking children, bro. And the only, like, 24-year-olds that you're exposed to are Vine stars who are, like, not even Vine. God damn, I'm showing my age. What the fuck? TikTok stars that are, like, prepubescent as possible. So, like, yeah, you're not even getting, like, a real, whatchamacallit? A real exposure to what a man looks like. But yeah, I mean, I was like, damn, bro, what the fuck? I forgot how mean kids are for no reason. Like, why are you just gonna look at a stranger and be like, yo, that dude's got hella arm hair? Loud enough for him to hear. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I'm just out here trying to live my life, be out in the sun. They're like, man, look at that bald dude over there. Like, homie, mind your business. What the fuck? This is why I need to move back to Detroit. Like, actual Detroit. Not like the fucking middle of the suburb area where motherfuckers think it's okay to harass bald men, bro. I'm being oppressed for being bald. That's the fun thing. Sometimes, now I'm like, yo, dude, am I being oppressed because I don't look white? Or am I being oppressed because I'm bald? Honestly, sometimes I don't know. I don't know sometimes. Alright, what else do we got? Oh yeah, there's like, oh yeah, weight loss. I've been losing weight recently because I'm like, yo, listen, it's time for me to get ripped. It's time for me to get jacked. That's the goal. That's the goal. Is I want to get low enough body fat to where motherfuckers stop calling me fat. Because I'm tired of it. I want people to go from calling me fat to being like, damn, bro. Homie is shredded. Homie is a fake natty. I want to be called a fake natty. That's the goal. I'm like way too hyped up. This is abnormal. I feel like I'm more hyped up than normal. Anyways, okay, I got bullied by children. I always want to rip the pages out, but I actually have questions for our guest later, being joined by DataDave, a Twitch ambassador, a Twitch partner, a very cool dude who I have a lot of respect for, which is part of the reason why I'm like, bro, I can't be just not wearing a shirt. Alright, they were doing cartoon community tier lists this week, I guess. I don't even know what to say about that. I don't even know how to take those things, because it's always like, there's never, they don't separate the round table into members. They just put the round table, and it's always like, okay, are y'all talking about me? Like, are you including me in this, or are you specifically talking about Kevin? Because a lot of people are just like, yeah, the round table's only Kevin. We got some animation stuff to talk about. We'll talk about the drama. The drama in a little bit. But first, this was trending. So, this person, Anna Gifty, I almost said Grifty. I'm like, damn, bro. She said we're canceling each other over Avatar: Last Airbender, Legend of Korra takes. You know, as has been happening on Twitter, everybody's doing one of those. And I just said, y'all want more? Because, bro, I made so many videos with hot takes about Avatar. Talking about how good Korra is. Hell, I threw a Stray in there defending Boruto. Boruto is good. Even if it only takes 108... Listen, if you watch for like 180 episodes, you'll find out that's even better than Naruto. But you gotta get through 180 episodes first. That's just how it goes. That's just how it works. After 180, it turns into a different, like, it's like, oh yeah, no, yeah, this is fun, like, yeah, this is fun. Yo, what's good, Tom? I don't even know anymore. We're just going. We're going 100 miles an hour. We are following our dreams. I got bullied by some kids this week. I don't know what to do anymore, bro. We're going, is this a chill stream? It is anything but a chill stream right now, bro. We are going crazy, dude. We're going insane, homie. We are going off the rails. Alright. I fucked up my thing. Anyways. Boruto is good, y'all. Boruto is good. Listen. Boruto is great. It is a great show. It is better than Naruto if you can get through the first 180 episodes when it's just like charming, like, ooh, yeah, this is what happens in the Naruto universe after everything. Ooh, yeah, that's cool. But then it's like, oh yeah, Kawaki shows up and it's like, holy fuck. Wow. This is amazing. Also threw in the good old book 1. Avatar is good. I haven't done a book 1 video. I'm moving 100 miles an hour ago. I can't even keep up my mouth with my brain right now. I'm just going insane. Okay. Listen, I said this because I'm like, yo, listen, bro. Y'all want more? Do y'all want more? How much engagement did this get? It got 10 likes? I don't know, that's okay. That's decent enough. I guess y'all want more. Alright, here's a hot take to cancel me. It makes total sense that Toph is a cop. You know why it makes total sense? And by the way, I took this specific screenshot. It directed on Google Images to a CBR article, and honestly, half the time when I see a CBR article, it is always some bullshit. They are always coming in with the worst takes. They're like, why Star Platinum is the best Stardust Crusade. Okay, hold on. Let my brain slow down for a second. It's always like, yo, Stardust Crusaders is the best part of JoJo. That's cap, bro. Y'all are insane. The best part is part 2. And the second best part is, like, probably part 5. Like, the second half of part 4 is really good, too. Not so much the first half, though. But part 3 is definitely not the best part. Y'all just like Jotaro. Y'all are shallow. Y'all are just looking at the cool, hot guy with the nice character design. And y'all are like, this is the best one. Fuck you. Fuck you. But I took this from... this specific screenshot on Google, went to their article that was like, Toph being a cop actually makes sense. And I was like, okay, what's your argument? The argument is, oh, well, after the war and everything, Toph understands the need for rules. Bitch, what the fuck? What the fuck are y'all saying? That's some stupid shit. You know the real reason why? Because Toph grew up rich. Y'all know the basic function of cops in society is to protect the wealthy class, to protect the bourgeoisie, to oppress the proletariat and marginalized people. You know why Toph is a cop? Because Toph grew up rich. Toph, her entire worldview, comes from the fact that she came from that privileged background. So of course it would make sense that she has a respect for the cops. Not necessarily authority. Not necessarily authority, but for law and order, in the sense that her assets growing up as a wealthy person, as someone who always had privilege to fall back on, it makes sense that she would not see the cops the same way as someone who is marginalized. It makes sense. I'm not even saying that Toph is necessarily a bad person, but being a privileged person, she would have those blind spots. And now you might be coming up with the counter argument saying, wait, Tom, that's actually crazy. Because, like, she left that life to go on the road where that privilege didn't really matter. And she was out on her own. Here's the thing. Survivor's bias. She went out on the road, out in the world, with one of the most wanted men in the world, the Avatar. And she survived. You know why? Because she is one of the greatest earthbenders of all time. Even from the time that she was a young girl. And she's thinking, like many people do, she doesn't have the empathy to think, well, wait, not everyone has that advantage. That natural advantage. Like, that's the thing. Is like, people will always be like, yo, well, I made it. I pulled myself up by my bootstraps. Ignoring the fact that maybe the factors that allowed them to are not universal. Not everyone is going to be the best earthbender in the world. So she's going around being like, yo, listen. I went through that experience. I made it out fine. Why can't everybody? So it makes sense that she would have these blind spots that would see her feeling a need to be a cop. I mean, maybe not a need, but she wouldn't see an issue with it for sure. Like, listen, Aang is creating this new society. He needs somebody to be a cop. He needs someone to create a police force because, listen, as much as we need to defund the police and reallocate those resources, the police are still necessary to some degree. I know that might be a hot take, but to some degree, you need some sort of a police force. Maybe not in the way that we have it now where it's hyper-militarized, but we need... She wouldn't see an issue with it. What issue would she see with it? Like, as she got older, like, listen, she's like one of those fucking, like, suburban white kids who was like, yeah, I used to drink and drive, but now I think that's bad, you know? Like, I used to be a wild child, but now I respect authority because I am authority, you know? She's blind, sir. Yeah, so she wouldn't see anything wrong with it. Listen. I mean, listen, here's my point. Is like... Listen. What was I even saying? I completely forgot. being a cop makes sense. I mean, oh yeah, listen, like we still need cops, but maybe not like the hyper militarized, like maybe more so just like people who are actually trained to de-escalate situations instead of escalating them. It's kind of like, bro, we kind of pay you to keep the peace, but then wherever you go, you seem to do the opposite of create peace. You seem to create chaos wherever you go. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, maybe we need to reallocate the funds to not give the cops bazookas, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of crazy. Anyways, also, moving on into the next segment. We gotta talk about the drama. I always figured it was because she saw DataDave and was like, bitch, I can do your job better. Maybe. I mean, that's kind of extreme. Like, the DataDave, I don't know. Yeah, actually, no, DataDave were basically just cops. They were just cops that were, like, corrupt in a specific way instead of just a general way. So, I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I mean, the Republic City police end up being pretty corrupt too. But anyways, we gotta talk about the drama. Let's talk about the drama. Before we even talk about the drama, we gotta look at what the drama is. We gotta look at what the drama is. So let's look at this drama.
This film takes place less than a year after the September 11th terrorist attacks. I bring this up because it radically altered the culture of the time, in ways that make this movie feel exceptionally ignorant of the time. Even though, literally, the only reason I can comprehend that this movie is set explicitly in 2002 is because the director grew up in that exact year. Yes, this film takes place in Canada, not the United States, but all over the Western world. Canada, America, the UK, much of Europe. People were paranoid because 9/11 wasn't the only terror attack that had happened. It was the major theme of the decade. I mean, I can understand not wanting everyone to be so fearful, as that goes against the tone that the movie is trying to establish. But then you have very awkward moments if you actually were there and you do actually remember the time period.
So I found out today that Mr. Enter still makes videos. I actually didn't know. I was actually like, yeah, that guy used to make videos. Nah, he still does. I had no idea. Like, genuinely, I didn't even know. I was a shock to me. And some of you might be like, yo, someone could say the same for you. Yeah, I could. I mean, listen, new video coming out soon. That's all I'm saying. New video on Roundtable coming soon. Listen, it's almost done. It's coming out. Anyways. First off, let's just talk about that take for a minute. Let's just talk about that for a second. Homie said, yo, why did they not put 9/11 in Turning Red? Honestly, bro, like, the thing is that's such a funny thing to say. That's such a funny thing to make a video about if you're actually funny. I love how the internet collectively decided it was so much Dream and Error's shit in the same week. Have we not been done? Is this now, like, the first time people have realized, like, yo, Mr. Enter's kind of fucked up? I feel like this has been going on for a while. Like, there was the whole thing where he was like, hey, yo, everyone, like, go and send, like, threats and shit. Like, everyone, like, go and shun these SpongeBob writers for making a bad episode. There was that, and then there was also, like, the fact that his show made no sense. Like, his pitch for the show that was like, yeah, it's like kids run the world. Like, kids have the roles of adults and adults are the kids. And it's like, how does that work? And, like, anytime people would stop and be like, yo, that doesn't really make sense. Like, and, like, ask, like, genuine questions about the world, he would be like, no, it makes sense. And be like, shut up. People would be like, yo, I like your videos. And he would be like, don't ever talk to me. Anyways. But yeah, saying that Turning Red needed to have a 9/11 reference was kind of a wild thing to say. That was kind of a crazy takeaway. You watch Turning Red and you're like, yo, where was the 9/11 references? I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, I do know what to say to that. They're 13. I'm sorry, like, okay, I listen. They're in Canada and they're 13. I don't think Canadian teenagers, like young teenagers like that, were like, oh my god, 9/11. Is that a hot take? Am I off here? Any Canadians in the chat? Like, here's the thing. You can make a story set in 2002 without being like, yo, 9/11. Like, are you going up to children on the playground and being like, why are y'all playing and taking things so lollygaggly when there are people dying in Ukraine? No, because that would be psychotic. So why are you looking at a story about 13-year-olds being like, why are y'all not freaking out right now? Why are you not living in fear? Like, here's the thing, bro. Number one, people in Canada do not have the same brain disease that people in America have. While everyone here was like, yo, any Muslim I see, I need to do a hate crime against because I'm afraid. They were not doing that in other places. Like, that is a uniquely American. And now I'll be the first to admit that type of ideology, that mindset does kind of spread to other countries. But homie, what, like, y'all are looking at an Asian Canadian teenager, barely a teenager. She was like 13 or whatever. And you're like, why are you not afraid of 9/11 right now? What the fuck, dude? It's 2002. Everyone should be talking about how bad 9/11 was. Like, what the fuck was what? Like, that's insane. And I know people are gonna come in here and be like, I mean, they probably won't, but I know there's gonna be a argument out there to be like, Tom, you're platforming Mr. Enter right now. Please do not do that. There are fewer people in here, I can guarantee it, than people who watched that video. So I'm not worried about platforming him. Are there people in here who didn't know about the video until now? Sure. But, like, I don't think they're going to be like, yo, Mr. Enter's, like, anti-Black Lives Matter and anti-mask takes are really resonating with me if they're in here. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, it's not like that. Like, it's not like Fox News having on Richard Spencer, where it's like a lot of their fan base is gonna be like, yo, wait, hold on, this guy's onto something. I've effectively, whatchamacallit, I've polarized my audience away from the alt-right, I think, which is pretty rad in a lot of ways. Anyways, let's read what he had to. I haven't actually read this yet, so let's see. Mr. Enter's response was, good to know that after a career of insulting people, getting things blatantly untrue, going into anti-mask rants, this is your moral line. This is the moment where you said too far, when I thought that a mediocre movie didn't properly represent its stated year. Again, homie, this is Canada, and they're children. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry that a coming-of-age movie set in 2002 did not properly handle the Americentric fucking Iraq war fucking atmosphere, dude. Like, how old was I in 2002? I was about 5 or 6. I wasn't, my life, I mean, sure, yeah, like, it was a thing. It was a thing I knew about because my parents have always been, like, always talked about politics openly. I've always cared about politics even when I was very young. Like, even when I was, like, 7, I was starting to, like, understand shit. And that's part of why I can talk my ass off about politics now. Is like, I've been following this shit for a long time and it's just been building up. But, like, I wasn't going to school like, hey, everybody, did you hear about 9/11 a few years ago? That line is so weird because it sounds as if he believes all his recent actions are immoral. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, yo, dude, like, I mean, it's like, the thing is, it's the anti-mask shit and the, like, hey, go harass creators shit wasn't funny. This is actually funny. To look at a children's cartoon and be like, I think they needed more 9/11 is funny. Like, any way you put it, that's just, it's funny. It's insane, but it's insane in a way that's funny. It's insane in a way that you can laugh at it, because it's just so far removed, you know? Like, it's far removed enough to where now we can laugh at it a little bit. It's been over 21 years. Let's see. Keep fighting the good fight, even if you have to take things out of context. You look phenomenal doing so. And I'm sure Disney knows that they've got loyal customers that will ignore them working with despotic governments as they sell your values back to you. I don't think anyone's arguing about that. In a way, it's really satisfying to piss Twitter off. Why? Because the shits I had to deal with on actual hate forums are less toxic and pathetic than the community here. I don't think Twitter is worse than Kiwi Farms, bro. Good luck with that Elon Musk buyout. That's probably not gonna happen. I hear you guys loved him too when he stood for the right things. No one likes him. Remember when you guys... Okay, he's making it seem like... Bro, like, listen, dude. Homie, listen. I'm gonna just stop you right there. I'm gonna just cut you off right here. You're acting like you're canceled. But you had to be relevant in the first place to get canceled. Homie, most of us didn't even know you were... Like, hold on. How many views does this... Bro, actually, I feel like that's not even... Hold on. I'm gonna be toxic real quick. Hold on. Let's be toxic real quick. Oh, he's streaming right now. He's streaming right now. Okay, let's not give that attention. Let's see. This video got 28,000 views. This got 28,000 views, bro. My last video on the roundtable that flopped, or that I consider to flop. Why am I typing YouTube into the YouTube search bar? What the fuck? My brain is like so scrambled right now. I'm sorry. I always work myself into a manic mindset to Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Would you look at this? Hold on. In alienating and I don't want to hear myself talk. Let's see. Let's see.
So I watched
my last video that I considered a flop. Dude's still ranking in 5-figure view counts for sure. I mean, that is at least impressive to some degree, but like my last video that I considered a flop, I was like, bro, this just fucking bombed. Has more views than his. I don't think that you're famous, bro. I don't think this is like... And the thing is, too, you needed a controversy to get that. There was no controversy around my video. It just got that. In fact, it underperformed. How am I more relevant than you, bro? Like, listen, dude. Like, Bro, listen. Like, I'm in my flop era right now. I've been putting so much time and energy towards this stream, and also, like, we're just now starting to get back into the groove of things with the roundtable. New roundtable video coming soon. I keep saying that. But, even with all that, bro, like, I'm still... Even on my worst day, I'm still outshining you on your best day, and you need to do top 5s to get your fucking... Like, what even is some of this, bro? I mean, okay, yeah, he's gotten decent views, actually. But even then, still, like, holy crap, dude. Like, homie, you're just... Why act like you're just, like, the biggest... I don't know, dude. That's just so weird. That's such a weird response. It's such a narcissistic response, too. To be like, yo, dude, listen. Like, y'all are canceling me because I speak the truth. Oh, shit. This game. Late night enter roasts. I mean, yeah. I mean, here's the thing, bro. I would be worried about saying... Like, here's the thing, too, is people are always like, oh, yeah, the rest of the cartoon community has such a beef. Like, bro, I have never talked to Mr. Enter. I have never spoken to Mr. Enter. And people are always like, yo, like... Because here's the thing, dude. Like, we've done, like, our MomoCon posters and stuff. And then Mr. Enter isn't on there. And people are like, oh, you guys are taking shots at Mr. Enter. Bro, he's not going. He doesn't go to MomoCon. We don't know him. Like, there's no relationship there. And, like, that's the thing, too. Bro, like, I'm not gonna pull it up because I don't want to drag more people into this, but listen, someone was adding a few people who I know who are, like, people I'm friends with being like, y'all still associate with him. We have never, nobody I know has associated with him, to my knowledge. I think maybe Alpha J did for a little bit, but I don't think he does now. I don't even really talk to Alpha J like that anyways. Like, I mean, I haven't for a while. I used to, but like, nobody I know actually talks to Mr. Enter, I don't think. Not to my knowledge. Like, there's no association. There's no association with the Roundtable and Mr. Enter. There's never been a relationship there. I don't know why people assume that there is. Like, of course we know who he is. Of course we know of him. Of course we've all seen his videos. But he's kind of like a representation of what we didn't want to be. You know what I mean? Like, he's kind of a representation of, like, the toxic, like, anti-culture and, like, only talking about stuff to be super negative and shit. And, like, honestly, like, here's the thing. I wouldn't even give him the time of day if it wasn't for the fact that I want content, bro. Like, listen, I just want content. I want to talk some shit because, like, I don't know, this was the flavor of the day. He gets his 15 minutes of fame. And I guess he went on some, like, weird anti-mask stuff recently. I don't know. And also anti-BLM stuff. I don't even know that much about that. All I know is his cartoon that he was trying to make didn't really make sense, no matter how hard I tried to understand it. So, there's that. And I also know people always seem to want to draw a connection between myself and my friends and him. And I guess this is me publicly saying, I don't know who this motherfucker is. I don't know him personally. I've never spoken to him. I don't have any desire to speak about him. He said stuff like healthcare isn't a right. Well, he's a fucking idiot. I mean, I have no desire to speak to him. He's irrelevant to me. Even if he was doing great, he's not someone who I have any interest in building a relationship with. I don't care who he is. In fact, if anything, I have only things to gain from talking shit about him. Hell, he can react to the stream. He can pull this stream up on his stream and talk shit about me and call me a fucking soy boy or whatever the fuck he wants to call me. I don't even know what his fucking... He can call me a fucking idiot or whatever. I don't really care. Like, I don't know. I'm starting drama. You know what? Let's just do a palette cleanser.
I need my drugs. I need my love. Bitches pulling up in it. Sucker son. I'm in that Tonka, baby. You come show me love. I'm fuck with nobody, little bitch. I show you love. I need my drugs.
There's your palette cleanser. Anyways, I think I'm gonna message Dave and see if he's ready to come on. Actually, you know, I kind of want to... I kind of want to, like, not go straight from talking shit to bringing on our guest. But you know what? Fuck it, dude. Wait, did I have anything else I wanted to get to? Let's see. Oh yeah, Miraculous is dumb. That's what our roundtable video coming soon. That's all I'm gonna give you. Miraculous is dumb. Roundtable video coming soon. Do with that information what you will. Alright, I'm gonna message Dave. Yo.
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing? Do you want to do...
yourself?
I'm doing good. Do you want to do voice or do you want to go on cam?
We can do voice.
Alright, cool. Alright.
I ain't got any face on. I'm just joking, though.
Alright. I want to ask, what were you doing in Florida last week?
Florida, I was the featured streamer of the Gay Polo League.
Oh, nice.
So they had a polo league that they have international, bunch of rich people. Like, it's really, really high class. And they were like, hey, we should get someone to stream it. And even though I didn't get to stream it per se, we recorded videos that will premiere. They were like, you know, we like this guy, Dave. Let's give him a shot to do this. So I was able to do that as one of the first streamers of it.
Nice. Also, I wanted to ask you because I saw that you're a Twitch ambassador. And I avoided looking up what a Twitch ambassador is because I wanted to hear from you what that is.
Okay, sure. Well, the Twitch ambassador, initially when I joined, and it still represents that, it's people that Twitch felt like, hey, these individuals represent the platform. They're a good example of what Twitch is as a community, and there's multiple people of that. Like, for me, there were 20 ambassadors, board game streamers, TTRPGs, me, I was a variety and mainly Pokemon, and just, you know, people that they see like, hey, this represents Twitch. And they pick about 20, I don't know how many they do every year, but usually 20 every year to just highlight, feature, and say, hey, this is Twitch. They might call on us for some navigations and not navigations, but betas or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice. So it's like only a few people, right?
Yeah, it's limited amount.
Nice. I actually wanted to ask you, since you mentioned it, like, I noticed that you do have like a pretty active community. Like, what things do you think that you've done to like kind of facilitate that?
In regards to my community, honestly, just leaving it open and honest. Like the main slogan of my stream, outside of my content and being entertaining, is to make sure people are heard. People can come in and be like, hey, I saw Moon Knight today. What do you think? And before you know it, me and chat are talking about Moon Knight. We're talking about Marvel, DC, etc. We kind of let conversations go where they naturally lead.
Mm-hmm.
And just know, whether you're a new viewer or a long-time viewer, you can throw in your piece to the topic or throw out a topic and we'll vibe with it. So I feel like that's one of the most important parts of my community.
Nice. And what are some things that you've seen, like, either younger or like smaller streamers, even like bigger streamers do, that kind of like halts that growth, do you think?
Halts? That's real tricky. I'm not too sure on what halts, because shoot, I would love to learn how to grow more on Twitch. I'm still trying and doing things, but I don't know what necessarily halts. I mean, Twitch naturally isn't a platform that's great for visibility. So
yeah,
some days you stream it, it might be great. Some days it might not, So
yeah.
I don't know if there's any specifics I can name that halts.
Yeah, it's very different from like on-demand video, I've noticed, because it's a different thing to give someone a piece of content that they consume at their own leisure, and doing that live where it's like they have to be on at a certain time, and usually you're doing it for long form. Like, it's definitely very different and a lot harder to try and get people to tune into.
Mm-hmm.
So how much do you know about like the whole React gate that happened a while ago?
I'm not really sure. I mean, I believe some big streamers got in trouble for reacting to certain content, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
like I mentioned this to you before, because like the last time I had time to like stop in your stream and see what you were doing, you were reacting to Degrassi. So I was kind of wondering, like, what is your take on like people having an issue with streamers reacting to content that's not theirs?
Honestly, as long as they're able to react to it, you know what I mean? If it's all right to be streamed, that's fine. If it's not, I mean, DMCA laws are there. I can't just go on Netflix and just stream. Like, I've been watching The Ultimatum recently. I just can't stream that on Twitch. Like, I know I'll get in trouble.
Right.
If I label it as a react, I'm like, still, Netflix is a subscription-based service, and that's against their TOS, which is against Twitch. So, it's like, if you're able to stream or react to it, sure. You know what I mean? But if you're not able to, let's not. Like, I'll give you an example. You mentioned Degrassi. I stopped doing Degrassi watching because, they announced a new season of Degrassi and they took it all away from YouTube.
Right.
So obviously, I was doing YouTube reactions because it was publicly available on the Degrassi channel. Now, not at all.
Yeah. I definitely think it's very different if it's something that is like publicly available and something that people can find, versus like if there's a way to watch it legally. I feel like that's very different than if there is no like distribution at all, because I think that's something that's like allowed people to get away with, like MasterChef, is like there aren't streaming services that are showing like the old MasterChef seasons.
Exactly.
Nice. So another thing that I've noticed, how is your TikTok not blown up yet?
Oh man, I've had some cool little blow ups. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, it just is how it is. Honestly, it just is how it is.
Like
I did TikTok pretty heavily. I've only did like a 30 to almost 60-day challenge on TikTok, and afterwards I was like, this was good. I felt like my audience on TikTok didn't come over to my Twitch, and that was my main goal. So I decided to I do TikToks randomly because I just like making people laugh on Twitter, TikTok, etc. But I don't go as hard as I used to. But I'll tell you this: when I did do that 30-day challenge, I had people laughing everywhere, going viral on Facebook, Instagram. Like, it was fun.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed your TikToks, but I do think that is a thing where it's like, I mentioned this when Sky was on, because like I've heard that like there are people who manage to blow up on TikTok, but then when they try and transfer that to YouTube or Twitch, it just
Anything
doesn't.
else is bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which kind of sucks because, like you were saying, the discoverability on Twitch is not good.
Yeah, to grow on Twitch, you got to go everywhere else.
Yeah. As an ambassador, like, is that a thing where, like, you have direct contact with Twitch?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I think I have the same access to Twitch that I had as a partner, to be honest.
Okay. Because I was wondering, like, I kind of want to know what Twitch is trying to do about the fact that, like, people, because it's been an open thing for like the last couple of years, is people, all the big streamers are like, if you want to get big, don't go on Twitch. Like, the last thing you want to do is stream. You want to go somewhere else first.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely want, like, I wonder, like, what their plan is for that.
I wish I could tell you, but I wouldn't even know.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your voiceover work.
I've been doing voice acting professionally for now almost 4 years. You know, I do commercials, video games, you know, the whole nine. I'm pretty well versed in the area. Got a home studio. And, you know, I'm just growing in the field, to be honest.
Do you feel like streaming helps with that?
Definitely so. When I first started streaming, my community encouraged me to do it, you know, because I was pretty nervous about it. And I live stream myself reading webtoons live to them. So, you know, it gives me a chance to try out new voices, see if they like them, see how they react. You know what I mean? So, like, that's free practice. Because, I mean, if I give you a comic and say, hey, voice act this, that's practice.
Yeah.
So I do that live. So it helps. So streaming not directly ties to it, but the content I do contributes to it. Because it's like, hey, I'm code reading comics live for people with other voice actors.
Yeah. That also sounds like good content, honestly.
Mm-hmm. It's fun to do. It's like, instead of just reading comics by yourself, or webtoons for that matter, I'm reading them out loud.
Also, like, it's crazy how you said 4 years, and then I realized, like, that actually wasn't as long ago as I thought it was when you first said it.
Oh, no, I just got the idea, went for it, took a bunch of classes. I mean, I'm going to take my first in-person acting class pretty soon, so I'm always learning, always picking up something new.
Yeah, I've noticed that you are kind of like a renaissance man of online content.
And that's funny you say that, because the college I went to, that's actually their motto, is to be a renaissance man. So, you know, it's funny, you're the third person to say that, and I'm like, that's good to hear. I'm doing something right.
How do you balance everything, honestly? Like, what are some tips that you have?
Google Calendar is my best friend. But nah, like, it sounds very silly, but on my refrigerator, I have like one of those, you know, the boards you can attach to it? You know what I mean? Like, where you can write little whiteboards or whatever. I put a whiteboard there, and I put everything I need to do in the date I need done. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, hey, this activation, I need to do this by Thursday. Oh, this voice acting audition, I need to have this done by Tuesday. You know, I'm making stars, markings. Like, I'm very careful about that. And I'm extremely good at Google Drive or Google Calendar for, like, marking things down. So it's really just listing stuff up and knocking them down one by one, you know? But I tend to do things early, because if I do things late, it's going to interfere with other either activations, streaming things, auditions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a big balancing act. And add on working out and still maintaining a social life. It's a lot, but I schedule everything out.
Yeah. Because that was something that a few weeks ago when I had Sky on, he was literally like, how do you manage to do everything, like, get everything done? And I'm like, I don't. And I look at you and it's like, you're doing so much. So I figured that was something I could.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's just really having that schedule planned and just sticking to it. Like, for me, I already know I got some videos I need done, some auditions. Like, I luckily booked a video game recently. You know, I send a piece of it, and I need to record that tomorrow, but I need to be working on video. So it's just a lot of a balancing game. But I just plan things out, being like, okay, I got a week for this. I'm gonna do that in 2 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you feel like you get stuff done, like, better if you just, like, do it all at once, or?
Not at all. I gotta space things out.
Oh, okay.
Like, it'd be nice, ideally, if I could, like, okay, let me sit down and knock all of this out. But, like,
right. But
I do things in pieces.
I mean, like, for one single thing, do you do it all at once, or do you space it out?
I space it out.
Okay.
It's based. I mean, it depends on the activity. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you an example. A video game I book, I have 4 characters, right?
Yeah.
One character had a lot of lines. Another character had like, I'll say medium, and the other two were pretty light. I knocked out the medium and the two light characters, sent them to the game dev, and I was like, hey, I've been kind of busy. Can I knock out the long character later? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I stopped doing that, I went to go do some work. I'm a college professor, so I need to go do some prep for the courses. So I space things out based on how I feel.
Mm-hmm. What do you teach at college?
Computer science.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was wondering because like I'm kind of trying to get better at like juggling multiple things because like we're starting to get back into the swing of things after taking like a little bit of a break with the roundtable, and like it just kind of coincided with while I was doing this. So I'm like, okay, I need to figure out how to make content for YouTube from the streams that I'm doing, plan the streams, and also start doing roundtable stuff again. And what I feel like I is best is like if I binge one thing for one day and then do something else the next day.
It's understandable, man.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever works for your process, man. Everyone's they're both different in that area.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure
Because
out.
a friend of mine, he's like, I'm knocking this out fully. If it takes a couple hours, it's getting done. You know what I mean?
Right. Because like
me, I'm pieces. I'm out for what I'm interested in.
Yeah. With my fans, I feel like sometimes if I start something and then leave the rest for later, like my brain just like flushes all the memory I have of like doing that before. So it's like if I start a video and I'm like, oh well, like I got it recorded, I edited this part out, I'll do the rest later, and then like I walk away and do something else and then come back to it, I feel like I completely lost the mental place I was in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like I recorded a video this week and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna try and get as much of it done as I can, working weird hours, and I feel like it's kind of working, but also I don't want to burn myself out.
Understandable.
Yeah. Do you do YouTube at all? Like, do you have a YouTube for your Twitch and stuff?
I have a YouTube, but I just do reactions, honestly.
Oh, okay. Like, you don't take stuff from your stream and post it on YouTube?
I would, but I don't understand how YouTube works, honestly. Like, I couldn't figure out that SEO or algorithm for my content, so I stopped uploading. I should, but
yeah.
Because
I feel like, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure it out for myself, but I feel like that's sometimes a better metric for like my Twitch stuff is seeing like how does it do on YouTube. Because like I said before, it's like it's hard to get people to show up just for like live stuff, especially since I see a lot of people who are like invested in the talk show and everything, but then they don't show up, but then they'll watch the VODs. So it's like two very like two separate audiences, but the one on YouTube and stuff or like the VODs are like it's much larger, I feel like.
It's fair.
Are you going to MomoCon?
Yeah, most likely. I'm not probably gonna apply to Creator Pass, or I might. I don't know. But yeah, I'm local to Atlanta, so that's like 20 minutes for me, probably.
Yeah, I still need to.
I haven't even looked at the the dates for it, so I couldn't even tell you honestly.
I think it's May 25th or something like that.
That is much sooner than I expected.
Yeah.
I haven't done my research, but it's a cool convention. Like, I don't see why I wouldn't go. Let's say that. Yeah. I live close.
Mm-hmm.
I go every year.
I think that we got approved already, but we still need to do our reservations and stuff.
My thing is with conventions that I get creator passes at, I always gotta make that decision between do I want to make content or do I not want to? Like, are you gonna do like a panel or something, or are you making content for it?
I have no idea if we're like, honestly, that's all on Kevin's, and I would assume we're gonna be on some panel.
That's fair. Me personally, I don't like panels too much. Not that I dislike them. I don't like being on them. I've done them plenty of times, which is cool. But I don't know. I just rather like live stream or make a video. But as I've started going to these conventions, I'm like, I don't feel like working. I just feel like being in the convention atmosphere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's funny that like as I go to more, like for example, I'm going to PAX East, right? Last minute. I didn't even apply for the Creative Pass. I was just like, I'm just gonna come here and talk to indie game developers and be like, hey, here's my voiceover resume in PDF form. I can drop it to you. If
Yeah.
you want to hire me and give me audition, cool, you know?
Yeah, conventions are
like,
definitely good for networking.
But I don't feel like you know, if I get a creator pass for PAX East, I need to make a video, and I'm like, I don't feel like making one.
Is that a requirement?
Ideally, when you get a creator pass, you're there to do something for the convention.
Oh.
So if you're not there to do a panel or anything, they expect you to live stream it or make a video and do interviews, whatever it may be.
Yeah,
PAX East experience, it's expected.
Yeah, I'm assuming that we're probably gonna be on a panel or something.
Yeah, then that's perfectly fine, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it sounds silly. It's like I'm not the panel police, but that's the kind of like when you apply, it's like described to be like this is what they expect you to do there.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't feel like doing that.
I have no idea what MomoCon's expectations are of that stuff though, because I know it with New York Comic Con, like there was an expectation of like we need to like be at a certain number of panels and stuff to like cover it.
That's fair.
Yeah,
well, I mean each one's different, but I just don't like I like enjoying the conventions more than working the conventions. Right. I used to just work the conventions and do a bunch of interviews and make a bunch of videos. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'd rather just pay and be like, I'm Dave. If someone want to meet me in network, I'll pass my info.
Yeah. I used to try and do vlogs for like every convention I went to, but honestly, like, I mean, it's fun to do, but I feel like sometimes it's more fun to just like vibe in the moment.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I'm always down to be on a panel.
I'm the opposite. I'm down to do it, but most cases, I don't know. I'm not really great in person.
Yeah.
For like panels.
I don't know. Do you feel like you're better at like public speaking or like being behind the camera?
It's not my strong suit. I'm better behind the camera.
Oh.
I mean, it's something I'm working on, but it's not my forte to like look in front of a crowd of people.
I feel like I'm weird because I honestly really enjoy public speaking.
No, that's not weird. I mean, it's a good trait to have. That's one I wish I could have, man.
Yeah.
Me, I'm more comfortable behind the camera in the voice acting booth. You know, I'm good where you're not, where all eyes aren't on me. Like one-on-one in person, you have a conversation with me, I'll talk to you all day. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you put me in front of like 200 people, I'm gonna be like, all right, you know.
I mean, I'm sure there's like some value to that creatively because like you can like get in your zone and not worry about like what other people are thinking. You can just like look back and kind of reap whatever's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I listened to like an Andre 3000 interview like a while ago, and he was talking about something like that where he was like, it's the same as like when you're a kid and like you're playing with your toys and then like your parents come in, that's like the whole vibe changes. Like if you're creating and then someone like interrupts it, like it ruins like the train of whatever is there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But for me personally, like, I don't know, I like being in front of people. That's why I'm trying to stream more, because like I'm honestly just like trying to stream enough to where like I have like a super active chat that I can just always vibe off of, kind of like what you were talking about earlier.
It makes sense.
What kind of things would what would you recommend for someone who is a small streamer who wants to build that community but doesn't quite have like the activity in their chat yet?
I mean, the only thing you can do, honestly, and it's the same for me, because mine's not the most active either. I've had my up and downs. Just stream games, stream different games, and try different things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Twitch is a long-term process. You're probably going to get, especially as a small streamer, one new viewer to watch you. And if that one new viewer comes and watch you and you vibe and you have a good conversation, that might come back. Then the next time you got 4, you got 5, you know what I mean? It's just it's a procedural thing.
It's a long grind.
Not a blow up. You know what I mean? Some people blow up, but most people I see don't.
Mm-hmm.
But you just make a new viewer, a new connection. Like, if you look at my Twitch chat, when I say, granted, I'm not a huge streamer, but I really can say I know those people in chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know, like, hey, I could say Pecori's an artist, or Lord Have Mercy loves this game, or, you know, I could just list off Twitch names of people that I could say I may not know you in person, but I know a lot about you from you being here. I made that connection early on. So it's just making connections and meeting more people.
Yeah. like when I have gone into your stream, like that's one thing that like I noticed immediately. It was almost like I was walking into like a room full of people that like already knew each other.
I can say that for most viewers, and creating and cultivating that community where they know each other. Like everybody in chat, my chat knows Doctor is runs like 10 miles a day. You know what I mean? Like that's not exaggeration. He talks about it,
Yeah.
but we all take the time to kind of get to know each other, and that reflects not only me knowing them, people know them, the mods know them. So it's just formed that community of friends, acquaintances, however you want to label it, and yeah, we just be vibing. You know, we may not be huge, but we're growing. We might be, or we might not be.
Mm-hmm. Was is that just from Twitch chat, or do you have like a Discord and like other places where people like interact?
I have a Discord, but we mostly most people in Discord that do interact, most of it's done in Twitch chat, and then occasionally we talk about some stuff in Discord.
Do you think that's like mostly from just consistently streaming a lot, like having a consistent schedule that you stick to?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Like, I kind of want to start a Discord, but I'm kind of weary about it because, like, when we had a roundtable Discord, it got weird.
Well, in all honesty, y'all came from a, if I'm not mistaken, a very large following, and
Yeah.
you have a much larger audiences. Like, yeah, I got a Discord of 1K people, but you know, it's just those that want to be active in there.
Right.
So it can't hurt to make a separate one, but that's your prerogative.
Yeah. And do you feel like that community builds like very slowly over time? Like you mentioned how it's like one person comes in, you make that connection, then they come back, and then it's just like a very slow process. So you feel like that kind of helped in, yeah, like you feel like that helped in the community a lot.
Absolutely, because like I said, you know, from whatever success people see me, it's not been a you blew up and now you're here. It's just been a gradual up and down. You know,
How long have you been streaming?
about almost 6 years.
Dang. I'm trying. When did I meet you? Was it 2018?
I think so. It was yeah, definitely maybe 2019, 2018.
Yeah, because you were already like, you weren't huge back then, but like you definitely
That's
had.
popping. Yeah.
Yeah, you had like a following back then,
Yeah.
and that was mostly from like what games did you play early on to try and
mostly Pokemon.
like,
Yeah, I had a more popping stream and Twitch chat and subs back then. Not as many sponsors, but sub back then because I did mainly niche stuff. I just did Pokemon content.
yeah. Honestly, I don't know what to do about gaming because I feel like coming from where I'm coming from, like coming from like the animation community where it's like that's where people know me from, I feel like it's really hard to get viewers gaming.
Well, man, if it makes you feel better, I feel the same, and I'm from gaming. You know, I just feel like you just got to try different stuff, man. Like, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
see what works. Like, you know, throw darts at the wall and see what is.
mm-hmm. How much would you recommend streaming for someone who doesn't have a big audience yet? But
I can't tell you because I'm in the same boat. You know what I mean? Like, you know, my audience ain't huge, but I do have a consistent following and sponsors. But whatever you're comfortable with, whatever works. I think it's more so about that experimentation
mm-hmm.
and trying. Because I could easily sit here and be like, stream 8 hours a day and you get no success,
Right?
while someone else streams 2 hours a day and they get 500 viewers. Like, it's just too many factors and considerations from games, timing, who's watching, who's looking for a new streamer, you know? So
Yeah,
I can't really give a time because if I said 5 hours and it don't work, but somebody else does an hour and it works, you know, it just, you know, I think it's
Right.
the best way I can put it.
Yeah, it's definitely like, it's
A lot of factors.
yeah, it's a really weird process because it's like a combination of both. It's a grind, but also like it's a calculated thing.
Strategy and luck, man. Just making content and keep putting it out there and seeing what hits.
Right. I feel like that does kind of paralyze people sometimes, though, because it's like you can't stream 8 hours a day and expect like just like going in with no plan, no strategy whatsoever, and expect to grow. But at the same time, if you just sit there trying to calculate everything, then you're probably not gonna put yourself out there enough to actually see the opportunities that you need to get.
Yep, it's just trial and error, man. So if you need specifics, trust me, I'm still trying to learn with myself. That my question your same question would go from me to you trying to figure it out.
Yeah, honestly, like I kind of feel like I'm starting to figure some things out, but not
That's good.
like Twitch is definitely a very new thing for me. Because I've only been streaming for like consistently like a year. And the one thing I learned is people are not as interested in seeing me game as they're seeing me just talk about whatever.
Try it on.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely want to try more stuff later this year. Like once I'm moved out and have my own place, like I want to just like experiment with as much as I can.
Makes sense.
What is one of your favorite things that you've tried streaming?
I'll say tier list on Just Chatting. That's been really entertaining and engaging for me.
Yeah, I noticed that. Like, so from your tweets, what I understand is it's like you just like put up a poll and like you give your opinion and then see what chat does, and then you rate based on that.
Nah, I bring a tier list to chat and say, hey, I'm gonna share my opinion, but you all can vote on what you want.
And do you vote through like the?
I don't vote. It's all them.
Yeah,
I say what
like,
ranking. It's like what do you want to put this ranking? They'd be like A, B, 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 C, D. Well, I see a lot of B's. Should we go B? Yeah.
Oh, so you don't even do like a chat poll. You just go based on like what.
If it's a tough vote and it's about even, I'll do it. But I just get the vibes off chat.
Okay. What is something that you haven't streamed before but you want to try?
I'll say Final Fantasy Tactics. That's a personal favorite, but it is an older game. I don't think it'll get much viewership, but I might just stream it anyway because it was just an old favorite. Maybe it'll hit with some people with nostalgia. So it's on my list of things to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I want to do some stuff like old stuff like that. Like one that I've been trying to figure out how to find in a way that I can stream is Harvest Moon.
I'm sure you can find a way for that.
I've looked, but it's like one of the few where when I try and go through like the softwares, it's
Game
like
Boy Emulator, Game Boy Advance.
No, I want the GameCube one.
Dolphin Emulator, Dolphin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I downloaded that one. Then when I went to look it up, like all of them were disabled for some reason.
Oh,
just for that game.
I'll tell you. You might do some research.
Yeah.
I wish you could get it though, because it was a good game. I used to play it.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a fun stream game.
Absolutely, it's a throwback.
Yeah, it would just be a vibe.
Absolutely.
What would you consider like? What are some of the games that you feel do well? Like what types of games?
Honestly, I couldn't even tell you. I mean, I guess community games that you could try out, but it's hit or miss. You know, I've been streaming recently. I might get one follower stream, or I might get a couple. It just really depends.
So do you feel like it's really just like up to whatever?
Depends on the time, the day, what people are looking for, and what's popping.
Yeah. Do you try and follow trends at all, or?
And more so if I want to play the game, less than trends. Like, it's like Elden Ring is a trend, for example, but it was more I streamed Elden Ring because I was interested in Elden Ring, not, oh, I'm going to get a lot of views for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't expect a lot of views from the trends because everybody's doing it, you know? But if it's something I'm interested in, I'll just stream it because I'm like, this might be fun. Let's see if it works for my channel. If not, and it's still fun, I'll still stream it.
Mm-hmm. Do you switch games a lot, or do you try and mostly play the same games?
I switch games based on how I feel.
Okay, what is a game that you've done where you didn't think it was gonna, like, it was something where it's like, oh well, this will be fun, but I'll probably not gonna get a lot of viewers? Have you ever had one where it actually does get quite a few?
Not off the top of my head. I don't think I got anything off the top of my head. Yeah, I mean, I guess Alien Isolation. Well, I streamed that a long time ago. It was an older game, but it was my first time playing.
Yeah, I feel like
that was some years back.
I feel like horror type games tend to do well for some reason.
Especially when you're actually a scared person.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's something that I've had to like get better at doing with streaming, is sometimes I feel like I just kind of like stone face react to stuff, and I feel like I need to like exaggerate a little bit more, or just like remember to react.
Hey, I mean, authentic reactions, it'll work. Just be you for the games, Chief.
Yeah, you just gotta loosen up.
Because even for my reaction videos on YouTube, like sometimes I'll be stale facing what they be doing, and I'm just like, people come for that because they just want to know like how do you really feel about it.
Yeah. Like you don't want to like ham it up.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like whenever we've done like roundtable reactions, and it's like something where Kevin's literally like getting up and like screaming and jumping up and down, and I'm just sitting there like, yeah, that's the thing that's happening.
I got you.
Honestly, like, here's the thing: is like people would kind of like judge me for that type of stuff early on, but I was like, I got Kevin and Shane right here who are like always like overreact to stuff like that. Like not like they're faking it, but like they genuinely are just like very reactive people. So I was like, I feel like it adds more to the dynamic if I'm just saying here like a baseline.
Mm-hmm.
Like it adds like a contrast to what's going on.
Nah, that makes sense.
Yeah. What is something that you've done? Because like you are a Renaissance man. What's something that you want to do that you haven't done yet?
Voice in anime.
Is that I feel like that's something that's you're probably close to, isn't it?
I mean, I've had the auditions. I just haven't booked yet, so that's something that I will list.
Yeah. What about like a whole other like medium? Or are you pretty happy with what you're doing now?
I mean, most media I'm trying to go for. I'm going at it. I mean, like maybe write a webtoon and produce it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I've already written that work. I just need someone to produce the art for it. I have somebody in mind that I'm collabing with.
Right.
He just needs the time. So I mean, produce a webtoon and see where that goes, if it hits or not with my writing. So that would be a different medium.
Yeah. I mean, you seem very busy as it is. Like you're always posting something new.
Always.
Honestly, it's a very respectable thing. Anyways,
I appreciate it.
I think that we've gone for what has it been like half an hour?
Yeah.
35 minutes. I feel like we're getting towards the end, so shout out whatever you're doing.
Okay. All right. Well, first off, to you, thank you very much for even having me on here. I'm really grateful.
Thank
hopefully
you for
good
coming
answers. Hopefully good answers. I just been speak off the top of the dome for my experience of where I'm at. But if anybody wants to check it out, I'm at twitch.tv/DataDave. And for my voiceover work, it's datadave.tv.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Honestly, like you were one person where it's like I know you well enough to where it's like I'm not like super nervous having you on, but I don't know you well enough where I actually wanted to like pick your brain a bit. So thank you so much for coming on.
Oh man, no worries, man. Glad to be on. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you so much, and everyone go check you out. And thank you for coming on.
Anytime. All right, you have a great night, Chief. Thanks for having me.
You too. Take care of yourself.
You too. All right, bye.
See ya. All right, that was DataDave. Everyone check him out. And let's see what we got. We got one more thing left. We got the W of the week. I, of course, didn't pull it up because I forgot. Let's see. Dave is so cool. I just want to point that out, bro. Dave is a very cool guy. Y'all should go check him out. All the stuff that he does. Like I said, he is doing so many things. Bro, this was like the beginning of the week. We gotta get the W. I knew, like, there's no greater W to be had. There were quite a few W's this week, honestly. Chill vibes. Thank you for the vibes. Anyways. Wait, this is going too far back, isn't it? Here it is. Here it is. The W of the week goes to, drumroll, or even like, I don't know. I'm just going to play the outro music now. The St. Pepsi. Going into this. I am all over the place. I don't know what's going on with my brain this week. My brain has been going in every which way. Probably because I was editing all week this week and I was not really socializing with people. Alright. W of the week goes to Noel Stevenson for the fact that Nimona, the film that Disney canceled, is being risen from the ashes in the form of Netflix. Netflix is producing Nimona and Nepson, or Nimona, what? Amoda and Nepson Sky's fucking card. Oh my god, bro. This is why This is why it was time to fucking wrap up, bro. My brain is just not working right now. The Mona movie. I cannot talk. Oh my god, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy, bro. Congratulations. And of course, do I even have... Wait, what do we got? Boys Night next week. We had to move it. Also, Speev is being added on. Yeah, very scuffed ending. I'm sorry. Very scuffed ending. Speev is gonna be on next time with the boys. Even though they're non-binary, I guess it works somehow. I don't know. It's on the spectrum, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, tune in next week. We're gonna have a boys' night, even more chill than this week. I don't know how this week was chill. I was going crazy the whole time, and I had to like tone it down to talk to Dave. I was like trying to get my brain in that place. Also, I had this on my forehead the whole time, and it was kind of distracting me. I was like, damn, bro, I look like an idiot. I'm sweating so much that it just comes right off. Well, you know. Anyways, thank you so much for coming out. Support Toon Drip. Support the roundtable. New roundtable video coming soon. Probably next week. Maybe this next week. I don't know. Depends. Alright, yeah, now my brain is fried. I was up here. I was up here in the beginning. Now I'm just crashing down. So follow me on Twitter, please. Follow me on Twitter. Also, subscribe to Sugma Mail. And I'll see you guys next week. See ya.